What I see with the Morris Center is it's an individualized program, and they take each child and start them over. They begin at the base, and they rebuild the skills that are going to help down the line that you're not even aware that you need.
I think when we made the decision to come, I really had a peace about it. Like, we're going to have to go and see if it's what Dr. Conway says it is.
We got here, and from this minute we stepped into this clinic, we were made to feel like family. And it was so comforting.
What was happening in the schools, they didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to do, and so I was on a journey to figure that out.
The main thing my husband and I talked about is, like, this is different.
I think the cool thing about the Morris Center that I see is just the transdisciplinary approach. It's just really incredible to see, because it's like your kid's under a microscope, really. And they know every part of them. They know what motivates them.
You know, you see the child struggling, but you're not quite sure why. We'll see educators say, well, you know, kids' brains work differently. There's no evidence that their brain is actually working differently. What that means is the brain has 8 sensory systems that build skills. Those are the skills that build your language processor. These 8 sensory systems are the foundation for attention, for memory, for language, for social skills. They all start with those 8 sensory processors. To my knowledge, no one has actually documented a study that says dyslexics have a 9th system. So to really meet the definition of works differently, they would have to have something that others don't have, but they don't. They have the same skills, the same processors. The difference is the efficiency with which these skills are building, the efficiency with which these processors are communicating. That's where our gap is.
All brains can learn the exact same thing. There's gaps where there shouldn't be in a dyslexic brain. And as soon as we understand that we can fill those holes, every child can learn the same. And that was mind-blowing to me. I'd never been taught that. I didn't know. And then here I was a teacher for, so many years, and I had no idea.
What I know now, that a lot of the programs that are in the schools are not terrible per se, but they're not starting at the foundational point in which they need to start for the kids to be able to retain the information.
By being able to read and understand what you read, the world opens up.
It was like a relief, because we didn't have a plan B, what would we have done?
I was a little skeptical because I've been conditioned in that fashion.
The program really works, and what he's saying, you can feel the passion behind him. Every word that he says, you can tell that this is something that he spent his life dedicated to.